It is quite natural for thought, which is this and that, to circle around itself. As all thought, all words refer to other words and seem to create a center, a thing called emptiness or source. If there is a this, there must be a that. And there must be a substance, an all-encompassing thing in which it all dances, like awareness or consciousness or emptiness. So says the logic of this and that. When this and that is no longer believed, when it seems obvious that all two-ness and all oneness are simply ideas, and separate things and separate events are not felt, then it seems obvious that there is no source, nor edge to this dream that dreams itself, self-arising and self-releasing, without any time or space or non-time or non-space or any actual substance or actuality or non-actuality at all. It either feels like there is an unchanging center to this seemingly swirling dream of life, a someone to whom life happens, or a someone who is doing life, a someone who is walking a razor's edge from birth to death, terrified to fall off into the great unknown or reach the end, another great unknown, or not. And neither feeling is true or false, or more real or unreal than the other, as they are both stories in this illusion that seems to paint itself, this watercolor thought dream, this obvious magical illusion, this sensuous light and color surround sound hologram without center or edge or time or timelessness. Sometimes in this story that has a beginning and an end, there appear to be lovers dancing along the timeline and falling and reaching the end. The falling is often called enlightenment, the obviousness that there were no sides to the razor and no middle upon which someone walked in hope and fear, and actually no razor at all, no beginning nor end, nor in between. But that is simply another story, no more real nor unreal than the story of a seeker longing to realize that he or she is a story. She held the stars in the wetness of her eyes, silently weeping starlight, flooding the night, with a long, low howl and the absence of moon. Time spun an empty shadow into the web of darkness, and she could feel her heartbeat in the tall trees waltzing with their silhouettes, long arms reaching, never touching or holding sky. She drowned in oceans of longing to capture the stars, bathed in waves of starlight. Fallen roses pressed inside the pages of your life. Shades of scarlet bleed into the longing for a far away that never was nor will ever be. This heart breaking and breaking and breaking delicately informs and outlines your tender beauty. Love colors in the imaginary spaces in between. Petals gathered and pearled into a sacred rosary of hope, caressed and worn away by a soft, unyielding light, a heart melting into a love without yesterdays or tomorrows, or even this undefinable kiss that distills the taste of taste into a sublime intoxication, drunk on love's untraceable beauty, caressing itself through your fingertips. Your eyes light up the world, ignite this love that burns itself, explodes and implodes infinitely, intimately. Love drinks herself through your lips, your tongue, your heart. Where are you when love is not? Gown of roses, gown of hope, falling into petals, into echoes of ashos burning. Wind sings your name, and you turn your face, caressed by an unknowing you no longer seek to escape or grasp. Perhaps the longing to capture beauty stems from the impossibility of seeing our own. How rich and wondrous that we cannot know what beauty is, what love is, and what love is not. Deep, purply midnight blues bleed into scarlet sunset. Where is darkness when we are not? The song of moonlight pours over the canyon walls and pools in this garden of echoes, singing me into a timeless dream of reflections floating in midnight blues. Forgotten stalks of sunflowers bloom with shadows. A black and white world hovers above the pond, and you long for colors remembered and the splashing of rainbows. We are memories dreaming, fingerprints on water, our water. Spaceless space sucks out our breath, our heartbeat, the marrow of love. Not even a world is left, no before or after or echo of dreams. Lullaby of light in light bathes us in its own brilliance. Waves of reflections breathe us, sing us, pour us through a dreamland of time and space and the love that hovers in between us, anointing our imaginary eyes with each other's beauty, where we drown in the sensuous liquidity of love. The description is inseparable from the described, and neither exist without each other. Such ease, no longer trying to escape or capture this world of ideas, or find a door or key or meaning to this wondrous universe that I am. No one has ever danced beyond this endless sky of imagining, dreaming clouds and rain and rainbows blooming, dreaming storms and lightning and unearthly calm, dreaming love and the loss of love, and despair and madness and deep, deep sorrow. We are the waltz in between the shadows burning their own darkness, and this all-consuming light that ignites itself, burnishing the echoes of our hearts into finer and finer filaments of memory, strung like forgotten stars across an ancient sky, hanging in between the ethereal music of solar winds, and softly our rushing heart songs. Hands and hearts and eyes dance without direction or movement. Thought extinguishes galaxies and lights up your and your world. The only world you can ever know is inside you, and you are imaginary. People ask me, "How are you?" and I am stumped. I have no idea. It feels like I am the missing of you, the loving of you, the ache of this wondrous life, the longing to touch, knowing we never can. How can I miss you when I can never know or touch you, as we are both a thought dream streaming through this mind stream? It is like colors pouring through rainbows, and there are no separate colors to this symphony of life, no separate notes in this dream song of love. Yet without imaginary separation, there is no melody or rhythm, no me or you or love. So it is both and neither, inseparably. A music without sound, a love song without lovers or voices, and an undeniable stillness, a hush that blows away all ideas of movement and non-movement, and sound and silence. Somehow both and neither and none, yet one and two, and many voices singing this chorus of unbearable beauty. Simply, suchly, obviously so, it is a love song burning itself. Waves and oceans of not even nothing evaporate, never seen, never not seen, into clouds hovering between the betweens of imagination. Wings of your heart are my heart, beating, breathing, echoes of echoes. This pulse of aliveness sings, long notes of sunset, coalescing into a silent symphony, reflecting in pools of absence, dissipating into infinite horizons, collapsing. Tsunami of love crashes on empty beaches without sound or silence. Worlds are born and die without any time or place, within or without. Love as a word is a lyrical liquid gem of transparent rainbows flowing through sighs and tears and rivers of sorrow, enfolding, infolding, caressing, collapsing, exploding words like love outside of all words and wordlessness. Beyond wondrous, beyond enchanting, beyond rapturous, beyond all imaginary beyonds, leaves us simply here, wandering down timeless empty sidewalks, pouring into everyone's unmistakably beautiful eyes. And it is love, and it is beyond all ideas of love, and it is not an it, and that is love. We are separate hearts, universes apart, beating to the rhythm of silence, pouring through echoes of tears. Love cries out and weeps at her own beautiful absence, sliding through your reflection. We catch a glimpse of ourselves only through each other's eyes. Without you, I am not. We are not. Love is not. Only in the dance of imaginary separation is there love. Yet love is also the feeling of no separation and no things to be separate. Is and is not, real and unreal. Words, like wind, softly brush the dreamscape into a watercolor blooming and receding from an imaginary point of view. As the view dissolves into the flowing, neither moving nor non-moving, all and everything that never was nor will ever be disappears. We reach out to touch the sparkling and find our fingers wet with our own tears. Indivisible aliveness seems to part the seas of no division and kiss itself through your lips, see itself through your eyes, and hear its own heart beating in this dream of imaginary separation, bathing in its own love, drinking deeply love's intoxication. Such ease, no longer trying to escape or capture this world of ideas, or find a door or key or meaning to this wondrous universe that I am. We are fluid memories, liquid photographs emerging and fading simultaneously, never captured, never born, transparent watercolors painting an elusive dream world of endless skies shattering into mirrors, reflecting mountains growing and crumbling, and rivers rushing, overflowing, dissolving into their own wetness, echoes softly falling into an infinite abyss. Love sings, echoes surge and fall through the walls and cracks of your heart. Rolling waves of thunder and calm sear the backbeat of the rhythm of time, burning words into a flame that extinguishes all songs in the rush of your breath, held in my heart in the ache to touch that which is not, with fingers of moonlight streaming.